Ladies and gentlemen, we have a big week ahead of us for BKFC 78, starting with a major press conference on Thursday night at 7 p.m. Conor McGregor, the Champion Summit. There's going to be some major announcement. I did talk about that earlier this week or late last week. I forgot what day it was at this point because all the days are meshing together. But I did talk about that on the video already. Looking forward to this press conference. We got weigh-ins on Friday, and we've got the main card, the big reason we are here on Saturday night at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Hard Rock Live in Hollywood, Florida. BKFC 78, Hollywood Perdomo versus Adams. This event's just a little bit under 5 days away. You'll be able to watch it on the BKFC app and on Fubu Sports. Let's talk about this card though, man, because it's going to be an exciting card. Before we start, welcome back everyone to another edition of Combat Corner, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. I'm your host, Rudy Rodriguez Showmont. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell. Appreciate y'all continued support of the channel. And if you haven't done so yet, please do subscribe. And if you're not aware, we have a main channel called Come On Now, the podcast on YouTube. Please do subscribe over there as well, where I drop all my fighter interviews over there on that channel, the main channel. And this channel here, Combat Corner Fight Network, this channel is for news and previews and conversational topics about combat sports, whether it's the BKFC, MMA, boxing, etc. We're talking BKFC 78. And we got a card with a bunch of bangers, local fighters who I tell you, South Florida is the premier location for BKFC, man. South Florida is the premier location for BKFC. How Florida is. There are so many fighters in Florida. It's crazy. But let's talk about this card now. Starting off in the prelims, man, you gotta make sure you get to this thing on time. It starts at 7 o'clock. Do not show up at 8. Because if you show up at 8, don't wait till 8 o'clock to turn this thing on. You need to turn your TV on at 7 o'clock. Because if you wait until 8 o'clock, you're gonna miss three banger fights. I'm telling you right now. Starting off with Rambo Russo versus Justin Martinez. Rambo Russo is 2-1. Martinez is 2-4. Rambo packs fire. He suffered a defeat in his last fight due to a really, really nasty cut under his eye. We did talk to Rambo Russo. The interview is on our main page. I will link it in the description. Please check out the interview that we did with Rambo Russo. Guy has done a lot in his life. He's been through a lot, but he is a fighter and he has changed the course of his life. And you definitely want to support this dude. He's a South Florida guy, and this promises to be a banger of a fight leading off the event. You're moving into the middleweight division, Jake Bostwick versus Leonel Carrera. Carrera is one that I've heard a lot about, and I mean, there's a massive reach difference here with these two, with 6'2" versus 5'8". This again, another banger at the middleweight division, moving into the cruiserweight division, Julio Perez Rodriguez versus Esteban Rodriguez. 3-0 versus 3-1. It's gonna pass both guys 6'4", 6'4". Julio Perez Rodriguez. He has wins over Glover, Jeffrey, and Mogenberg. All three fights in the past 12 months. So he's been a busy fighter. Esteban Rodriguez, the other Rodriguez. Let's see what let's see, back it up. He has won 3 of his 4 fights. His only loss was to Jomi Escoboza, who is a top contender. His last fight was in 2023, so it's been a minute since he has fought. So he have some ring rust? We'll see, but it's been going to go on. It's on over 18 months since his last fight, so we'll see how he looks. But again, promises to be a big fight, good fight. Every fight in the BKFC though is kind of like this. So you go into the main card. And you started off with Gaston Reno versus Milton Volter at lightweight. You move into Tomahawk Townsel And Keith Richardson at cruiserweight. Tomahawk Townsend always brings fire, man. He's always gonna thump, man. So you're definitely gonna get fireworks there. Christine Vicens versus Sarah Click. Vicens suffered her first loss in her last fight against Christine Faria. That was one of the most savage beatings I've seen in terms of the way her face looked at the end of that fight. I honestly I felt bad watching that fight. Christine Vicens is so damn tough. I mean, so damn tough. But she's back now. She's taking on Sarah Click, so we'll see if she can get back on the winning track and improve the 4-1. You move into the next fight, Francesco Ricci against Dallas Davison. Just saw Dallas Davison fight in Clearwater. He had a great performance in a very, very exciting fight. Ricci is a former champion, 6-2, 6-2 versus 3-3, but this is gonna definitely have some fireworks. Howard Davis, HD's in the building, man, facing Draco Rodriguez. HD is 7-3-1. Draco Rodriguez is 2-0. Obviously, a sizable reach advantage for Howard Davis. HD is trying to prime himself to get back in that championship mix, whether it's at 45 or 55. This fight is at 55. We all know that he can fight at 45, 55, and I'm pretty sure he can fight at 65 too. He just wants to fight and whatever he needs to do to get back in that championship conversation because he's right there on the edge, obviously coming off of a loss to Luis Baboon Palomino in a very, very close fight. Um, how does he respond? I already know that Howard Davis HD is going to bring everything he's got, and Draco Rodriguez, who comes in at 2-0, is going to need to be ready for an absolute war. Everyone knows how athletic HD is, how quick he is, how long he is, and it's going to make for a very, very good fight. And I look forward to fireworks in this one because if HD gets the W, I could very well see him potentially being part of that lightweight tournament for the belt. It's a possibility that would be a real possibility. I do think three spots are obvious, but again, I'm not the decision maker, so I don't know which way they're leaning, if there's contract issues or financial situations that make them make a certain decision. Because again, I'm not privileged to that information. However, HD, you always know that HD is going to bring it. So you're going to have a fight, and if he wins, he could very well be that fourth fighter in that tournament for the belt. Justin Ibarola, we need to let the BKFC know that Justin Ibarola has officially changed his name to Justin Joyboy Ibarola, and he no longer has the Sanchez there. So BKFC, fix the graphic, please. Uh, uh, Joy Boy is 7-0. Joy Boy is a fun dude, man. I love talking to that guy, man. We go back and forth on Instagram constantly, and eternally confident, a great promoter of the fight, a great promoter of the sport. Spoken to people on the inside of BKFC, and I mean, Joy Boy is someone that they love. He is someone who sells and sells and sells. He heck, if there was a possibility for him to be in the WWE, I think Joy Boy would be a great WWE character as well because he sells fights. He gets people to go to fights. He sells a lot of tickets, and he's a performer. He's an entertainer, and he knows it. And while entertaining, he's gonna put on a show. His last fight, man, was a tough fight. He got cut, came back and with a big win. He's facing Robert Armas. Robert Armas is 4-4, but don't let that fool you. Robert Armas is a tough fighter. He came off a win over Chris Garcia, and he was a massive, massive underdog in that fight, and he clearly won that fight. So before that, he lost to Louis Lopez. He beat Grady. He lost to Schultz. He lost to Dodson. Oh, he beat Dodson. He lost to Blas, Alberto Blas, former champion. He beat Lowry, and he lost to Floyd. So he's back and forth, win one, lose one, win one, lose one type stuff. But that win over Chris Garcia was an absolutely massive win. So this fight did bump up in terms of value for Joy Boy. Obviously, Joy Boy should be fighting for the title next. I think it's a given. Presuming he wins this fight, but he can't sleep on this dude because this dude gave Chris Garcia a problem. So yeah, if he gets the job done, I don't think there's any doubt that if they're just going to run a two-man fight for the belt situation, the ideal fight is Justin Ibarola versus Ryan Reber. When that fight will take place, I don't know, but that would be the ideal situation. Those are the two best fighters in the division right now, and they should be fighting for the belt unless the BKFC decides to do a tournament, a four fighter tournament. I don't know that makes a whole lot of sense because when you look at the rankings in this division, when you check out bantamweight, you got Reber, you got Usmanov, you got Keith Richardson. I don't think that. I think that this is a situation of Ibarola and Reber, and that's it. That's just those. That's just those are just my feelings on it. I noticed now that in featherweight, look at that. Edgar Plazaola has jumped up to number 2. It's about time that the Dream Killer has gotten moved up in the rankings. I'm happy to see that for him. He could be the next fight for Kai Stewart. That's a possibility. Um, I do see that Brandon Allen dropped in the rankings. He'll be back though. I have no doubt about that. But yeah, they finally it seems like they finally fixed this because Josh Dyer is no longer ranked as the champion and fourth, so that's good to see. Uh, nothing else of note there. Perdomo is now ranked second overall. So, gosh, a win here, and we could be looking at a Perdomo title fight against Ben Rothwell. Moving into the next fight, the feature fight is Bryan Duran El Gallo against Robbie Peralta. Peralta is a former MMA fighter. Duran is 7-1. Um, Duran's going to bring it. This fight's at 55, so you got to wonder that maybe Duran's putting himself in position to potentially get in this lightweight tournament. I know there had been, he'd been clamoring for a fight with Baboon Palomino. Says that they made up and shit or whatever, but I don't care. It's still a fight that I would love to see. But yeah, Duran and Peralta is going to be a really good fight. I do not sleep on Robbie Peralta. Do not sleep on him. But this is going to be a banger. And of course, Gallo is going to have a packed house. This man sells tickets like nobody's business. I mean, there's a reason he wears the medallion saying cash cow because he sells a shit ton of tickets. The championship bout, the interim men's flyweight title fight between the Cutman Perez and Andrew Legend Strode. I talked to both of these guys this past week. Links will be in the description to check out those interviews as well. I'm looking forward to this fight. These are both these guys are good dudes, man. Either way, it's one of those things where you talk to both guys and you like both guys and you don't want to see one of these dudes lose. And that's genuinely the feeling I have. I don't want to see either one of these guys lose because I think they're both great guys. They're both of their stories are incredible. I mean, Perez coming from Cuba as a 5-year-old, floating on a raft for 10 days, being picked up 10 miles from the coast of Key West, or the Keys, and then being brought back to Guantanamo Bay, which you'll hear in the interview if you watch the interview, which I do implore you to watch the interview. But being brought back to Cuba to Guantanamo Bay to be put in a holding or whatever, only to find out that he had appendicitis, and if in 24 hours, if he hadn't had surgery, he would have died as a 5-year-old. Seeing horrible, horrible stuff in those 10 days, living in Cuba, living in poverty. I mean, going through stuff, that it's tough, man. And growing up largely in Pahokee, Florida. Uh, and then you have Andrew Strode. Andrew Strode is out of Colorado, out of Denver. This guy lost his partner and his son to a horrible car accident about 3 years ago. And it's just a tragedy when you think about it. No man or woman should ever have to go through burying a child, but he's persevered, man. He's fought back and he's here to fight for a title. He is a hell of a fighter. I mean, very, very strong, has a lot of boxing both of these guys have major boxing pedigree. Strode's boxing pedigree. I mean, he's trained with Floyd Mayweather at Floyd Mayweather's gym. He sparred with Terrence Crawford. This is gonna be a fight, man. Uh, this is a type of fight that I think could potentially would it wouldn't shock me if it went all five. Like a lot of fights, I don't particularly expect most fights to go 5 rounds. This is a fight that I think will probably be a decision because they're going to be so technical in this fight. It's not going to be to me, it's not going to be your typical bare knuckle slobber knocker type of fight. It's going to be technical precision, and I think it's going to be a freaking awesome fight. Moving into the main event, you got Perdomo, Leonardo Perdomo, Azambo, undefeated 7-0, the knockout artist with every knockout coming instead of a minute 15 seconds against Arnold. Boumai, I don't know if that's what it is. Boumai, I don't know if that's, I don't know. Let me see what that is. That Boogeyman? I think that is. I think that's Boogeyman. Let me see real quick. Boumai, what does that mean? I think that's like a meaning of Boumai. Oh, yeah, it means actually it's worse. It means Kill him in Lingala. It's in Zaire. This was the this was what they said for Ali. Boombaye, Ali, Boombaye, Ali. I thought it was Boombaye. It's Boomaye. Okay. So yeah, that's what he has as his nickname. He's 7-3. He's a former champion. This is going to be the toughest test for Leonardo Perdomo to date, but it's hard to bet against Leonardo Perdomo. The explosion, but it's going to be a challenge. The one thing about him, he packs so much power. He's explosive, and when you're 6'3", he's 5'11". He's like Mike Tyson, bro. That's why he's referred to as the Cuban Mike Tyson by Conor McGregor. Man, he refers to him as the Cuban Mike Tyson. So it's going to be one hell of a night of fights. Um, Excited about it. We'll be bringing you a lot of action, a lot of information from this fight card this week. And yeah, if you ask me right now, my picks: Perdomo. I feel real uncomfortable picking from this Perez Strode fight. Let's go back. Perdomo, I would take Perdomo. I'm gonna stay away from this cruiser, this flyweight fight. I can't touch it. Duran, Joy Boy, HD. I like Davison in this fight against Ricci. I like Vicens. I like Townsell. Uh, I like Volter. He's new, but I mean, that dude looks absolutely yoked. I like him. Let's see who else here. I like Julio Perez Rodriguez. I like Carrera, and I like Rambo. Um, do I have a coin here I can flip on this fight with Perez and Strode? I have no. I don't want to touch that fight. I'm not touching that fight. Sorry. Oh man, this one's rough. That one's rough for me. That one's rough because they're both great guys, man. It's like you talk to some guys where they're just not the most pleasant, but these two guys are like legit genuine, and their stories are. This is like as a Cuban, understanding the plight of the Cuban people, and understanding that this man nearly lost his life as a 5-year-old to float over to America. It has a special place for me naturally. Um, And the dude is a savage, bro. He's a savage. His only loss was fighting at 165 against Bryce Hall. He's 125 pounds. Like he fought at 165 to do the BKFC a solid. Like, come on. You look at who I mean, he's whipped up on Caprio. He beat Incon. Um he beat Carroll. I mean, look at the 1 round knockout, 2 rounds knockout, 1 round knockout. This one went to a this was a 5-round knockout. And then his last fight was over Caprio, where he won by first round knockout. So he's gonna have the home crowd, that's for sure. But we'll see what happens. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell. Leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts. Love to hear what you have to say about this card. This is Combat Corner, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. Come on now.
Up and down through the blood and the sweat. Guarantee you can know